Perfect. Let me go ahead and hit the record button, everyone. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And we are live. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Pulse, where you will get weekly bite-sized nuggets of everything you need to learn about online marketing. And today we are talking about something really important. I mean, it's always very important, but one topic that a lot of people really seem to be interested in, and that is 3 practical ways to actually convert customers. Because let's be honest, who doesn't want customers that actually want to pay? We have all been a part of this phenomenon when we bring people into our email list, into our Facebook groups, into our list of people to follow up, that they come into our ecosystem, but they are not ready to buy, nor maybe will they ever buy from us. And there are times and there are ways from a marketing standpoint, sometimes those people will just never be our people, and that's okay. And the sooner that we can identify that and just know that maybe there's someone that's just wanting information from us, the better. But there are ways that you can really create leverage through your marketing to actually convert customers that have been lurking around and have been familiar with you. They know, like, and trust you, but they just have not purchased yet. Because yes, we've heard it before. Sometimes we're getting click-through rates, we're getting attention, but very few converted customers. And so as a business owner, as a marketing director, as a professional, it's really important to remember one key factor, and it's very simple. Your customers are people. They are not just a transaction. They're not just another name on an email list. They're not just another name in your phone. They're not just another person in your pipeline. Remember, they're a person. They have emotions, they have needs, they have a desire to create connection. And so as a result, they demand and deserve to be treated as people, with intention, and not just with a number. And they need a tangible action plan that's going to be paired with genuine interest. So how do we do that? I'm going to give you the 3 ways at a high level, and then I'm going to break them down. But there's 3 things that you can do immediately. The first is to put value on what you offer. The next is to give them accessibility. And then finally, it's to create a sense of a belief within what they're doing. So first and foremost, giving them value. People buy, I've said it before on the show before, and I'm going to say it again now. Nobody wants to be sold to, but everyone wants to buy. We all love to buy things. Who doesn't? Whether it's clothes, whether it's going shopping, whether it's gifts for family, whether it's that new car, whether it's just something small to be able to eat out and have convenience. We live in a consumer economy. We all love to buy things. And so, but it's really important to remember and think of our own buying cycle. And from a marketing perspective, we only want to buy things that have perceived value. Think of the last brand that maybe you weren't familiar with online that you saw an ad from. Maybe it was a new clothing company. Maybe it was a new shoes. It depends on, of course, what you're looking for online. But when you see brands you trust, like Nike, like Adidas, like UGG, that have been around for a while and have a really good brand reputation, Louis Vuitton is a great example of this. Their value and what they offer is very clear. And a big mistake that I see in a lot of service-based industries is that they don't know how to articulate what it is they do in a way that provides value. In other words, people aren't hiring a plumber because they offer plumbing services typically. People are hiring a plumber because their toilet is leaking and they don't want their house to flood. And the value that they are given from hiring that plumber means that they don't have to buy new floors. They have peace of mind. No one's going to get hurt in their home. They don't have an ongoing issue. They can use water, right? That is the value there. And very often, especially with consulting companies, they forget that when you're selling the value and you're selling the transformation, not the widget. Okay. You're not just selling the thing, the item. And so often it's easy to do this for other people, but we can become lost in the nuances of our own brand and forget that this component of really providing that value is critical. So that is the first step. The customer, your ideal market, they must see value in the offer, and it must be crystal clear what you do. They have to see how what you're doing and how your offer, how your services actually improves and makes their life easier. And finally, they have to have a belief that really establishes that they cannot live without the offer and therefore must have it. So from a marketing perspective, that means stopping focusing on the you show about the service that you offer and continually creating content, continually sending emails that provide and demonstrate clear and real value to them for the needs that they articulate. Okay, that's step one, value. The next key factor to be able to really attract customers and convert them is accessibility. This is the logistics from production to implementation to delivery and everything in between. Accessibility requires that the process is hassle-free for the customer from payment to practice. Now, this shows up in marketing in a lot of ways, but particularly the accessibility piece is very, very important, especially on social media and through your advertising, because I think it's said now that unless you're following up with a customer within 5 to 10 minutes with some sort of medium that confirms that you're going to be reaching out, a lot of them are in that buying cycle and they're looking quick. I think it's said that the average human attention span is about the same of a goldfish right now, 3 seconds. 3 seconds is what you have to capture and convert somebody's attention on social media. And so if they're, let's say you have your website up and you're trying to book appointments, but it's really hard for people to understand. Sure, they're scrolling on your website and they can't figure out how to get in touch with you. You don't have a clear call to action or a clear button to book a call, book your free consultation, submit a help ticket or some kind of form to get them to that next step. A lot of times people don't want to wait to fill out the contact form. If they respond to you on social media, they're expecting some kind of an instant response or at least maybe a canned reply. And so that accessibility to be able to meet them where they're at, it sets the tone from the top of the funnel. Because if you're going to be hard to get a hold of in that beginning sales cycle, then imagine what the client or the customer is going to think when they come and they eventually purchase from you and they don't get that experience. And so your marketing and your automation sets the tone. So ways that you can create accessibility, it's very simple. Number one is having a clear call to action throughout your entire website. This is going to help you from a paid traffic and a social media standpoint as well, because then it's very clear how to get in touch. Another is setting up automations and auto replies on your pages as well. So having a response time such as we'll get back to you within 24 hours anytime someone sends you a Facebook message, or same with chat. Giving them that assurance. If you have a form on your website, that can be them sending a confirmation with those response times. But accessibility and knowing when they're going to hear back is going to be a great way that people won't necessarily ghost you, because when they don't hear back, they're looking for the competitor and looking for a solution that can solve their need if you've created that value. And finally, the last key in your marketing really creating offers that are going to attract more customers is belief. You have to believe in what you do, and your marketing needs to promote and show that you believe, show the value, show the transformation. The best content that you can create in 2022 to move the needle is showing victories and genuine transformations that you have created for clients. You can use real testimonials. Gathering that social proof is going to be very important to creating the know, like, and trust factor. So for just a recap, the 3 ways that you can simply provide value and to convert, or I should say practical ways to convert customers, is going to be adding value, giving them accessibility, and creating and instilling belief in what it is that you actually do. I can all but guarantee that if you start with these 3 best practices, you're going to see immediate changes in your process if you're not doing them already. And while they are simple, there are things and nuances that most people forget, but these details are very much going to set you up for success when it comes to your marketing efforts. So be sure to put them into practice. And of course, if you're getting stuck, if you don't know where to begin and getting started or not sure, maybe what those call to actions need to be, maybe what kind of client stories you need to feature, or you have a special situation that you just need an expert eye on, be sure to reach out to us and we would love to help. But that's all I have in this week's edition of the Marketing Pulse. Be sure to reach out, send us a message, and let us know what you think. We're always trying to create new content around you and what's going on in your business. So be sure to reach out with questions and topics you want to see, and we will see you same time, same place next week.